Since starting 1-4, which consisted of 4 consecutive losses where they gave up at least 121 points in every L, the Toronto Raptors have turned it around. There's clearly a formula the Raptors have found on both ends of the floor that's worked to the detriment of their opponents. Scottie Barnes has been a big part of this Raptor turnaround, as he's looked like a candidate to be both an All-NBA player and a Defensive Player of the Year for the first time in his career. Barnes is the only player in the association, next to Milwaukee's Miles Turner, to have posted at least 20-plus blocks and 20-plus steals simultaneously, making him not only the backbone to the Raptors' defense, but one of the top defenders in the NBA. Here was Scottie on what's led to the Raptors' turnaround.
I think we all looked at ourselves in the mirror when those 4 games in a row where teams was scoring 130 points, and we had to look at ourselves in the mirror and ask, we worked too hard in the summer. We pushed each other. We practiced so hard, and we really just want to turn things around. So we looked at each other amongst ourselves. We knew we had to stand up for ourselves, come together. We worked too hard for nothing. So you see us pushing ourselves out there, and we're picking this thing right back up.
After turning around a dark spell of play to kick off the year, the Raptors have obviously gone on a tear, having won 10 of the last 11 games, and offensively, this tear has been fueled by Brandon Ingram, Scottie Barnes, and RJ Barrett, one of 3 trios across the association to be all averaging 19-plus points per game. The Raptors now own their 4th best start in franchise history, which is insane given how they initially started. It's also the Raptors' best start since 2019-20, a season where they got 1 win from reaching the conference finals. Whether or not they'll make it as far as they did in 2020 is a different discussion, but a tournament that exists today didn't exist back then, one in which the Raptors are now 3 W's away from winning. With wins over the Cavaliers, Hawks, and now Wizards, after clinching the Eastern Conference's Group A, the Toronto Raptors now advance to the quarterfinals of the NBA Cup's knockout round. For the Raptors' most recent success, we have to step back and thank former president of basketball operations Masai Ujiri. Transitioning from one era of Raptors basketball to the next rather seamlessly, Masai turned OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam into Brandon Ingram, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, Jamal Shead, Jacoby Walter, Ochai Agbaji, Jonathan Mobo, and a 2026 second-round pick. That said, let's also give credit to current president of basketball operations and Masai's former right-hand man, Bobby Webster, who, after Masai was let go on June 27th, went on to sign Sandro Mamukelashvili in free agency. Top insider Zach Lowe called Mamukelashvili the best value free agent pickup in 2025's offseason for a reason. Mamu's motor, hands, handle for his size, versatility defensively, not to mention his floor spacing, have taken the Raptors' bench unit and their team as a whole to new levels. When Mamu checks in, there's a whole new type of danger the defense has to account for, as his ability to mix up slashes with DHOs, and of course with his patented jump shot, makes him a tough player to game plan for. Scottie Barnes' finishing and post work down low in terms of his combination of footwork, high release point, and seemingly pristine but evidently elevated soft touch has become Tim Duncan-esque. If you watch the games, you know what I'm talking about. Meanwhile, Sandro Mamukelashvili's aforementioned qualities have him looking like one of the game's most elite bench players. While Scottie's progression into one of the best players in the association and Sandro Mamukelashvili's progression into one of the association's best bench players have been extremely impactful in the Raptors' turnaround, no one's contributed to said turnaround more than the notorious BI3. Let's start with the scoring consistency of Brandon Ingram, as he's posted 11 20-plus point games already, which is good enough for 14th best in the association. Every night, he's coming out with the responsibility of being the Raptors' top bucket getter, and he's executing. That said, the passing and defense from Ingram have been underrated, as he's passing out of double teams, letting the offense come to him within the flow of it, and generally facilitating with an incredibly high IQ. He's also defending at an extremely high level, as for making game-saving chase-down blocks, to diving on the floor for loose balls, to sticking with his man at the point of attack with ease. I've never seen Brandon compete like he is right now.
And I'm wondering, obviously you guys had to trade for Brandon last season. He didn't get to play. So you guys have kind of had this team that you have not had a chance to see. How does it feel now to finally get everybody on the floor and you really just,
Oh, it feels great. We're winning basketball games, so that's amazing. Of course, Brandon's a big part of it. What he brings to the floor every single game, he's just, you have to, it's a different game plan for him. And we have a lot of scorers on our team as well. A lot of people that can make plays, but him being able to catch the ball anywhere on the floor, and the defense has to collapse and pay so much attention to him. And it doesn't matter who guards him; he's still scoring the ball. So, that makes it a big plus for us as well. He's closing games for us. He started off the game really strong today, playmaking, being unselfish. He's doing a lot for this team.
Feels like he's been pretty impactful on the defensive end recently.
For
he
sure.
had that big fourth quarter block against Charlotte before yours.
And today, that first quarter, he got a block, got a steal, got on the floor, led our transition. He's doing it all.
Good he is offensively. Do people sleep on that a little bit? What he can do on the defensive end?
For sure. I think this team, it helps him show more as well. But he's doing it all. He's been incredible.
Backup point guard Jamal Shead is second in the league in total bench assists. And here's what Mamu had to say about Shead.
How does the chemistry with Jamal develop so quickly? Is it just a case of two high IQ guys? What about your game seemed to mesh so well together?
I would say he's a straightforward guy, and I love that. I don't like people who kind of, not tell you in your face how they feel. And sometimes when I mess up, he comes to me and he tells me, come on, do this, do that. And it kind of helps me. He kind of, I like that type of guys who kind of come to you and kind of motivate you to be better, and vice versa. And I think he looks for me a lot. As you said, he has very high IQ. So I feel like every time I run and he kind of brings the ball up, I look at him. And if we kind of make an eye contact, I know he's going to throw that ball. So, it's easy to play with him, as I said, because we're both playing so hard. And, we just want to win. So he's an unbelievable player, unbelievable guy. And it just makes it easy because he's so straightforward.
Darko Rajaković has done an incredible job through 16 outings, as from integrating new playsets to managing the internal competition to managing rotations. I think he's just been flawless in every regard here. With the right talent to thrive, Darko's made this Toronto team a whole different animal compared to 2024-25. Last season, the Toronto Raptors finished near the bottom of the league in half-court offense, ranking 25th. After their win over the Washington Wizards on Friday night, they now sit at the very top of that category. Brandon Ingram has reshaped their entire attack, not just with his scoring prowess, but with the attention he commands every possession. This squad looks almost nothing like last year's version. Darko's system is fully clicking, and the style of play the Raptors are putting on the floor is the best we've seen from them in a long time. Toronto basketball is officially back. This was your boy DFlow, and I'll see you next video.